guys, my name is Javier and welcome back to Tool Craze, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a compressor by a brand called Stealth. And what we have here is a quiet air compressor. This is going to be considerably quieter than your standard everyday compressor, and according to the manufacturer it is rated for less than 64 decibels according to their claims. However, I did test this out just to see how quiet it is. And with a decibel meter at a 5-foot distance, it does get very close to their rated loudness at 69 and 70 decibels. It is a quiet compressor, and just to test it out, we're going to run it right now, just to give you a quick idea. So as you can see, it is pretty quiet. I can still be able to talk to you guys. With this type of volume, you will be able to speak to someone else on the job site within the same room. You just have to speak a little bit louder, but it is nice that you can talk to other people that are in the same room, as opposed to a different compressor. A normal loud one, you'd have to wait until it stops recycling before you can actually communicate to your buddies within the same room. And as far as other features go, it has 4.5 gallons. It's a twin stack double tank design. You got your motor unit on the back, which is rated at 1.3 peak horsepower. Recycle times take about 31 seconds. It goes all the way up to 150 psi, and it actually reaches that when it finishes cycling, and it will start to recycle once it reaches 120 psi. As far as other features go, it's got a big old power button right here on the top. You can't miss it. It's very simple. It's got your dual gauge design on the top. You got your PSI gauge on the left for the tank. You got your PSI gauge on the right for the tool. You got your regulator valve right there in the center. It's got one quick connect coupler. At its rated capacity, it's not really powerful enough to run 2 couplers, so you can only run this with one tool at a time. And it's best used for smaller air tools such as brad, finish nailers. You might be able to use a framing nailer, although it will cut on. The motor will cut on pretty often, as it doesn't have a big enough tank to run it continuously without it having to recycle every so often. As other features go, it's got the air release valve on the left, the drain valve on the bottom. I did like that out of the box it was fully assembled, so I didn't need to put anything together. With the other model, the Campbell Hausfeld, I did have to put some things together. Not that big of a deal if I did have to assemble it, but sometimes when you purchase a tool, you need it right away and don't really have time to assemble it. So that was nice that it did come fully assembled, ready to go out of the box. It does have a large carry handle on the back, which is mostly just to push it around since it is portable and it has wheels. It's got 2 wheels on the back. Very easy to wheel this around from your truck, your van, your vehicle to the job site and back. And this handle is telescoping. And as it came out of the box, it came in this closed stored position. It's got 2 quick release clamps that you can lock it into place. The only thing that did need adjusting out of the box was these little quick release clamps. So basically what happened was out of the box they weren't very tight, so you would be able to move it up and down, as you can see here. I did tighten it just a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. You could just tighten it by hand. It's got these thumb screws right here. You can tighten it or you can use a wrench, either way. And that's basically about it. As far as performance goes, I already said it. I tested it at about 69-70 decibels, which is pretty quiet, as you guys were able to see. Compared to my Campbell Hausfeld unit, which is also a quiet compressor, that one at the same 5-foot distance, tested with my decibel meter, it's just a little bit slightly quieter at 67-68 decibels. It does jump up to 70 here and there, but it's just a little bit quieter. You're not gonna notice much of a difference at 1 or 2 decibels, as they're both very quiet. Price wise, this comes in at $299.99. It is a little bit more expensive than your typical compressors in this price point. You will be able to find lower price compressors with bigger tanks, more PSI, maybe even 2 quick connect couplers. So basically what you're paying for here with this compressor unit is that it's considerably quieter than most units on the market. So you are paying a slight premium for that, but that was also the case for the Campbell Hausfeld. So if you want a quiet compressor, you have to pay a little bit more than you would for other units. And one last feature that I almost forgot was that it's got this nice little storage compartment in the front, as you can see here. And you can store a few tools in here. You can store your blowgun. Just keep in mind, nothing comes included with this unit. So I actually had this blowgun myself. But yeah, you can store a blowgun. You can install or store a few little accessories to go with, such as this needle nose inflator tip. You can put 2 needle nose. I'm not exactly sure what these 2 little slots are for. Maybe for other quick connect coupler adapters or something like that. But it is nice to have this on board if you just need to fill up your tires with air on the go. And I do like this quick release coupler. I almost forgot to mention that as well, because it's actually, the little sleeve that's on it, or the collar, whatever you want to call it, is actually pulled back. And what's great about that is I don't have to manually pull it back to insert a hose. It just pops into place just like that. So that's pretty nice. You still have to pull it back to release the hose, but that's a nice little feature to have. So this is not what I would call the full review, more of an overview. I will have the full review on the website. That's www.toolcraze.net. I'll have the full review on that. Anything I might have missed will be in the full review. Also, make sure to check out the website for tool news. You'll get to learn about new tools as they come out for various brands, not just the Stealth brand. And I also post tool deals on there every so often as well. So make sure to check it out. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And see you guys later. Take care.